Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to Vintage Land. I'm Alice, and today I'm going to take you on another auction, and this is not a silent auction. This is one where I think it's high speed. I mean, it doesn't seem that way until you're in it trying to bid on it, but I'm going to walk you through the process. Like I said in my other video, all auctions have different styles and ways they're done, so I'm going to walk you through what this one's like, show you the auctioneer, show you some people bidding on it, and hopefully you can learn something and you'll be less afraid to go attend one so you can get your sourcing on. So let's get started. Parked right now, and you can see it's just the parking lot, and beyond those trucks, lots of trucks, is the stuff that you find to bid on. So I'm going to go walk through this and probably do a little bit of voiceovers, but just kind of explain the whole ordeal, and you'll get to see the whole process in action. Okay, so out here, they have an indoor and an outdoor part. But out here, you'll see everything's laid on the ground.
Choice on a pair of jack stands, one pair of 6 ton, looks like they both need 6 tons. They're gonna hold a good sized Chevrolet up a long time. Forever. That'll be its new forever home. 25. One pair of jack stands, $10. All and a half. 15, 17, $40, 25, you get the pick, 30. 25 in the back, 30, 33, you get the pick. 25 in the back, 30. $45 for a can. You want one set or two, red or silver. 2 times the name on my side, cash. Got a big old Chevrolet. What is it, David?
I had to go get my jack.
7.5. Sir, timely you're out. 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. 10.58, ma'am. Charger and a great old big floor jack. 25, $10. Great old big one. 12.5, 12.5, Johnny Round. 12.5, 15, 15, 17.5, 17.5, Johnny Round, 17.5, 17.5. Excuse me. $15 bill way in the back, 18 and 93.
So at this particular auction, you see everything's kind of in a line there. And if you notice, there's like a pile behind a pile. See this blanket coming up, and then there's little piles behind it. So basically what you do is you walk around and you look in these long piles. These are each individual sellers, and you go through and you pull out what you want for yourself. In a pile in the back. So if you wanted that Capote Monte, which I'm just seeing, excuse me, pardon me. If you wanted that Capote Monte and maybe some of the other dishes, you would pile it up in a pile. And then once the auctioneer comes around, you would stand near your pile, and then other people could just, bid on that pile too. So if you wanted those cars, or maybe these pictures and foot spa, you would stand near it, and then you would bid against the other person. Now, if somebody made a large pile of something and you wanted to only bid on one of the items in the pile, you're welcome to separate one item from the pile and bid on that individually. But if you are reselling, obviously it makes more sense to get a pile of things so the per item is cheaper. But the one thing I like about this auction is that you can individually pick those items you want, so you get less junk or overflow back. Well, these were kind of neat that they had here. I would have liked to have those. I don't remember what they went for. But most of these piles go anywhere from $5 upward. Well, depending on what it's in there, it could go in the hundreds. But I would say average between $5 and $20. Anyway, let me take you over to see the auctioneer and see how people bid.
It is 25, 25 in the base, $10, 12 and a half in the back, 12 and a half in the back, 12 and a half in the back, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 15, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 12 and a half in the back, 1, 1, 1.
Now choice on three.
Choice on three, you got 2 bench base and 1 drill press base. $5, 7 and a half in the back, 7 and a half in the back, 7 and a half in the back, 7 and a half. And let me right there, 1, 1, 1. What is it? One time, just one. Anybody else? Sell both of them? $5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, Jerry, 12 and a half, 2 bites, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half. Ten will go right there. Is that money? Yep. Cash money money on my left right here.
Were you quick enough with your eye to see who was bidding? It is a hard job the auctioneer has. There, that little thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was abandoned stuff or how much. You sure?
No, I'm positive.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So as you see from that last little clip, that occasionally you can go if someone got a big pile of stuff and just buy it from them, because a lot of people are resellers if you see something you want. In this case, he was not interested in the little Tiffany light top shade, and I am going to take it and list it for myself. But don't be afraid to talk to people. They're very nice at auctions.
35, 35, 35 in the back. You ain't bought a bush action wall, have you? 35 in the back. It's pricey uptown. 35 in the back, 35. 30 in the back right there. 1836. Also on the wall blank there, hang the bell, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half. Hang the bell blank number 7. All the dog babies there, hang the bell, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half. Hang the bell blank, 390. More shoes, $10, 12 and a half. More shoes, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, take it back, 12 and a half. Hang the bell in the back, is that 490 again? 490, oh, 590, sorry, 590.
So the guy with the stick is the person you want to look out for in an auction like this. He's going to actually help guide the auctioneer to the things that are being bid on at one time. So he'll move his stick close to the pile that's being bid on. He'll look for the person that made the pile, and then they usually start off the bid. If he doesn't find anyone, he might yell out what he's got and see if anyone's interested. And if no one bids, he will add that pile to another pile until he can get it out of there. Their goal is to sell everything on the ground.
$35 way in the back. Cash money again. Let's eat them. $5. $5 in the back, 5. 7 and a half, 7 and a half. 9 in the back, 5, 10. 9 in the middle of me. $5. Turkey looking. 5 in the back, 7 in the back. Samurai sword, no, $10. Down in the middle of me. 9 in the middle, 7 and a half. 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half. 9 in the middle of the back. 8, 7, 4.
So that entire pile right there sold for $5. So now we're going to walk inside of the building and just show you how it's set up. I try not to go in here in the evening just because of the virus. I want to stay outdoors as much as possible, but there are usually very few people in here while the auction's going on outside. They start the indoor later on, so let's take a look.
Hey, what are you doing? Let's see, shit, 2, 3 days.
Okay, so all the items on this table work very similar to outside. When you go up to a table, you actually point, or sometimes hand, to the guy with the stick what you want to bid on. They will hold it up. If it's too big to hold it up, they'll basically yell out what it is, and then everyone in the room can start bidding on it. It goes super, super fast, so you really need to pay attention to where the man is. And then once no one is bidding on the items individually on the table anymore, then they will shout the whole table and sell it as one lot. So that's where resellers can pick up a good amount. So take, for instance, maybe these ties. They would probably sell all 50 of these ties off as one lot. And if they get no interest, they might put both boxes of ties together. If they get no interest, they may auction off this whole table on its own.
I don't know, what is this?
Oh, I used to have one of this, and all of my water's gone out of it. You see what it is?
Mm-mm.
It's a South Carolina snowman.
Mm-hmm.
You get it?
Yeah, it melted.
Yes, because it doesn't get cold around. Look at Mother Goose. Mother Goose looks angry. What's wrong, Mother Goose? Can't get those kids to help with the cookies? Okay, here's my moment to shine. I have told my husband I will get him this bag of cameras. Let's see if I can do it under $100.
Number 20, 1750. 5805.
David, I got a bag over here. Looks like camera supplies.
$8,
A lot of camera parts in there.
5 it is, 7 hand, 7 hand, 10, 10, give me 10, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 15, 12 to 15, 15, 12 and a half, ma'am, number 9.
They got umbrella, glass lot, and rope in the back.
Did you see that? I killed it. So this time I'm recording myself, and you get to see it from my point of view. POV stuff going on now.
12 and a half, 286.
All the working tools, David.
All the tools again. What's he gonna do with this? He's number 5 it is, 7 and a half. He's number 7 and a half. Number 7 and a half.
You got it, buddy?
$5, 510.
They got a tower fan with the remote, David. You got everything else. Look at that pressure.
You got a home right chainsaw in there.
Brand new one, David.
Okay, you see this guy looking at my table? He needs to back off and let me have it.
Now 30. Number 30, 25, 30, go 30. $25, 29.31.
There you go, David. I got one folding table in the back.
One table out, number 10. 5 it is, 7 hand. Number 7 and a half, 5 it is, 7 and a half. Number 9.
Got me a $5 table, and that's it. Going home.
Did it. We got us some camera stuff for good money, and I got me some lion thing. It was a relatively light day compared to what we usually buy, but it was fun, and I hope you learned something. Have a good night.